No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. And good evening. That's a good positive way to start the live, I think. Sorry, just doing a quick. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Bum, bum, bum. Not talking about anything is not the best way to do the live. All right, so I'll be reading right from Master of Positive Thinking by Endor Storm. We did chapter 1 last night. You could actually watch that saved on this channel, which was Understanding the Power of Positive Thinking. My neck's a little stiff today. I do have a lot of writing to do. Possibly make some content, but I wanted to go ahead and jump on here for at least an hour and maybe talked about chapter 2. If I could, guys, when you hit live, sometimes it's good to be prepared, or you could be like me and not be prepared at all. It's no fun. I mean, right now I get to spend a couple minutes being unprepared. Nobody's here, so what am I worried about? Last night I was actually really late, and I don't want to be up that late tonight. So, because I go live on YouTube, TikTok tomorrow morning. So, chapter 2 is shifting your mindset and overcoming limiting beliefs. There's an invisible wall blocking some people's growth called limiting beliefs. I'm going to just do a little bit more light. I'm waiting for that light to kick on. Once that happens, my lights actually just go on when, well, pretty much whenever they feel. They just, like, as soon as it heats up, it will just be like, and then I'll have to turn this off. But, all right. As I was saying, chapter 2, there's an invisible wall blocking some people's growth called limiting beliefs. There are harmful messages we play back to ourselves that prevent us from reaching our full potential, often originating from a childhood on or comparing with siblings, friends during school years. They live inside our heads, reminding us why we're not cut out to reach certain levels of success, despite evidence proving otherwise. So it almost doesn't matter if the evidence is there or not. We just have a self-doubt. And the self-doubt sneaks in whenever we dream big, yet it keeps us stuck. Even if we've tried before, old failures get highlighted to stay safe instead. Remember, every expert started as an amateur. You too can reach the next level if you stay hungry enough to know more. But mostly by letting go of your inner critic and embrace failure as an opportunity for growth. The actual secret, this is the secret of the limiting beliefs. The actual secret lies in our interpretation of setbacks and challenges. So if we change our interpretation of the circumstances, it will determine whether or not it will encourage development, learning, or feeling discouraged and powerless. We concentrate on what went wrong rather than the resilience that came from the adversity. Because of your experience overcoming obstacles, you should position yourself as a strong person who is open to a range of sectors and professionals. Although it takes work, this reframe can completely transform even the job hunting experience. All right, understanding limiting beliefs. We'll go through some understanding before we get into a lot of the whatnots, ending, of course, as always, with action steps. The unseen shackles of limiting beliefs can restrict personal development and career advancement. It's easy to forget your own power once trapped within mental confinements. Basically, you're doing it to yourself. Between memories and reality. Many of us grow up with different expectations set by family, peers, the media, which continues to play in our heads without recognition. With time, unconsciously adopting false perceptions, we label limitations instead of stepping stones toward the next level. It's all reversible and a simple tweak of perspective. Origins of limiting beliefs. Negative and old stories we tell ourselves play a major role in blocking true progression into better versions of our current selves. One reason we may relate to these messages received during the youth, guided more by emotion than logic. But other factor is the outside pressure to fit molds instead of individual growth. This right here is a perfect example of how the environment shapes us personally, and most importantly, demonstrates the capacity we all possess to take charge of our own lives, but we can do that now. Common limiting beliefs. Several kinds of doubts that hold us back from staying optimistic and improving ourselves. Examples including believing we're not good enough, we lack the ability to succeed, or we're not deserving of it, which none are true. Being either too young or too old for something, or assuming failure is absolutely guaranteed. All these negative ideas block our paths and disillusion us from trying out new things that would benefit us. Okay, are you ready for the self-fulfilling prophecy? Limiting beliefs tend to turn into predictions rather than come true. Often because we are unwillingly to make it happen. Okay, so they actually come true because we make it happen. If we feel unworthy or unfit to achieve success, we might miss our chance of possibilities that could aid to our success and progression. In doing so, we end up reinforcing discouraging scenarios in our lives. This becomes a cycle that might be a bit of time or effort to break once it has started. So it helps if you set an alert about your beliefs to check for self-doubts, which could become hurdles. See, remember I told you that light's just going to warm up and pop right on? It just did. Sorry if I'm too bright. On this journey toward a fulfilling existence. Ooh, oh, that's much better. I got to make it so I can see too. Shifting limiting beliefs. Our perceptions are flexible rather than static. Rather than staying we can flex in our perceptions. They can adapt, be exposed to different points of views. At the same time, the initial steps involving in recognizing what limit our beliefs are doing to ourselves through our ways of seeing and acting. Keeping tabs on ourselves is critical since awareness turns keys into tools, helping us release our grip on what confines us, ready to shake off the ingrained opinions and walk into wider roads. Brush away the fear of change, because that's exactly where the better days actually appear. So walk on to wider roads. Influence of beliefs and mindset. Beliefs lay the groundwork. This is nice on my throat. I've been talking a lot today. That's okay. That's normal for me. Beliefs lay the groundwork in our attitudes. Sort of like spectators a shading sight. Our convictions color perception and decided perceptions. They steer the interpretation of the events, transpiring outside of us. But most important, realizations regarding the significant impact of views on moods and approach. Meaning mastering private keys. which can open doors for constructive insights forevermore. Belief shapes perceptions. Belief shape perceptions and interpretations. Beliefs strongly influence how things seem inside our heads, affecting attitudes towards our daily events. If we think the world has a malice intentions, we're going to look paranoid and ready for worst case scenarios. Whereas if we believe mostly in good and are open to hope and chances for higher and better times ahead based on a glass full theory, a glass half full kind of expectations. I have a theory with, hey, Rat-a-tat, we're actually not doing a Bible study right now. I'm doing positive thinking. You are more than welcome to hang out. But it is based on positive thinking. But stay as long as you like. I'm just forewarning you, this is not a Bible study like I have in the afternoon, but it is always good to see you, my friend. Always good. Let's choose which suits us. I'm just going to continue. Let's choose what suits us best, since either way, humans act upon impressions anyway. Why not pick a version that matches reality more closely? Everything isn't that bad out there, and it sure won't harm anybody and could make a difference if believed sincerely. And that's your perceptions and interpretations. Beliefs influence emotions. The beliefs we have about ourselves have a big effect on how content or upset we feel at any given time. If we're convinced that we don't deserve happiness and a rich, fulfilling life, we might often struggle with the feeling of disappointment in ourselves, causing low spirits or beating ourselves up over little things. Instead of trying to convince yourself that you are absolutely capable, amazing, and incredible human beings who deserve great opportunities, rewards, and everything to come your way. A simple switch, but it takes a brave heart to start a new habit throughout pattern. It's the idea, keep that positive thinking going. Remember, guys, this is definitely, I think about it, I might have already done. If not, it will be soon. You deserve a great opportunity and rewards that you get. You are capable, you are amazing, and you're an incredible human being. This is all very true for every single one of us. All right, beliefs drive behavior. Beliefs guide us what to attempt, we put effect into. Plus, our perseverance when we face with difficult obstacles. Having confidence without doubting helps us go further through some days we can't quite tell what is true about ourselves yet. Sometimes it feels like we gotta fake it until we make it. Anybody ever feel that way? You gotta fake it till we make it? Yeah. In the real world, applying for jobs, interviewing, and so on, and even practicing healthier eating can be desired changes sooner than later just by putting a mindset to work. Maybe before circumstances prove trustworthiness first. And despite the occasional hesitation or uncertainty about inner strength, attempting something today very well may be a better idea than doing it tomorrow. Actions lead to habits, which leads to destiny. All right, the power of beliefs and overall mindset. What you think and believe forms of overall outlook on existence, making you interpret life through your colored lens, influencing reactions and behavior to situations encountered naturally, and leading towards particular ways to tackle dilemmas with corresponding persistence. Then your result and attitude determines how readily you can handle tougher predicaments and adapt to improvements, while your openness to evolution increases. Mindsets, therefore, play a significant role in determining how successful you manage rough patches, dealing with fresh perspectives, and welcome personal progression over time. It's a nice mouthful, wasn't it? Bad ideas. This is identifying limiting beliefs, which we're still on. Bad ideas from the past hinder a current potential. They're sneaky, unseen, trip hazards, traveling in the same old routine without improvement. We must consciously detect and replace them because these ideas make us run on autopilot instinctively and unintentionally, such as when the steering wheel does not move in autopilot mode. Becoming aware of them and replacing these bad ideas that have creeped up in the past, becoming aware of them and replacing them creates a favorable climate for nurturing constructive intentions and satisfaction over accomplishments. You got to look closely at your own thought processes as well as your feelings, because reoccurring bad beliefs tend to be on alert and signal underlying issues. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what that was. Oh, it's YouTube telling me I'm live. Awesome. I love it when it does that. I'm sorry. I usually don't fall for that. Consider whether or not you usually believe you can't or the wrong person for the job or are afraid of failing frequently. Avoid taking risks or holding yourself back. All those are hidden clues are harmful in reaching aspirations. Be truthful in reviewing and then research how or why they are there and plan accordingly and plan correction. This candor will also help you get where you want to go. Self-awareness leads to revealing boundaries that block our fullest potential. Act mindfully and observe your own inner conversations without judging them too harshly. Catch it if negative spouts, things like believing you can't, or low confidence, or telling yourself you're not good enough, and shrinking away from the chances. At the root, the beliefs originate deep down, hidden inside the brainstem. If you catch your inner voice signaling those types of statements about yourself, practice stopping and questioning what deeper ideals got planted long ago involuntarily, therefore directing your current life journey far from the targets intended originally. Interesting, huh? Journaling, which I actually have my journal here because I am actually way behind. Journaling can help bring insight into reasons beyond internal obstacles that block progress toward goals. Just set aside a few minutes each day and put a pen to paper or fingers on the keyboard and explore your innermost thoughts, feelings, and experiences from unique perspectives brought up through writing reflections. This helps us understand exactly why unwanted behaviors, reactions, and attitudes occur. Journaling involves a brainstorming type exercise focused on particular types or topics that yield clarity over confusion, chaos, and unclear circumstances that will hold you back and have held you back in the past. It is worth trying because the benefits will surprise you. You many times will surprise you many times more than initially expected. Interesting. So by journaling how you feel when you're feeling a little self-conscious about things, could actually bring you to the root. I never thought of that before. It's a good one. Trying to keep my whistle wet, just not too wet. Let's figure out ways to overcome false assumptions that make us act differently than is needed for living life and seeing our dreams fulfilled by embracing new thoughts that feel like real, genuine solutions. It isn't rocket science, just good old-fashioned common sense and logic. We're going to work on the step-by-step, explore some people's journaling, preserving positive beliefs, and applying and implementing new learned methods personally. It won't be easy sometimes, but it'll be worth going through steps for the ultimate desired outcome. Interesting. Question the vitality of limiting beliefs. Questioning limiting beliefs, credibility, ask yourself. Okay, so you guys are going to ask yourself when you're feeling insecure, does it prove or support beyond guesswork, misconceptions, social norms, fear, insecurity, and tradition? Sometimes our minds trick us in believing things as facts, even though they aren't necessarily accurate, but might be true or might have been true 20 years ago. These stories grow strong through the reputation and reinforcement of events perceived as the same or closely related to the connected subjects, even if they didn't happen directly, but similar outcomes occurred elsewhere. Check for factual accuracy of your convictions. So you might be completely thrown off. For example, suppose we have an impression that we are not skilled enough on something, and check where the basis originated from. Prior mistakes, formal disappointments, comments missing from specific people or groups, and so on. See a contradictory cases. Sometimes I struggle to read, I think. See contradictory cases where the successful completion of a wow, maybe I should have drank more tea, huh? Satisfactory job earn praise, good marks, and proud looks. Ponder over whether examples like those counterbalance the opposite viewpoint. I don't know. I've had some pretty rough supervisors that even if I did it right exactly the way they wanted it, it didn't. So I don't think that was the best example, but I can't think of a better one. So challenge negative thoughts with evidence. Replace facilities with facts instead. Seek confirmation, upholding opposite and better outcomes. Success extends instances from earlier failures, attempts transformed rightful accomplishments into welcome emotion. Take out the bad, the temporary, wrong interpretations, aggravations, oversimplifications, misunderstandings, and untruths, and substitute that with exact details, straight facts, correct views, precise opinions, and honest descriptions, undeniable records, tangible experiences, verified statistics, and measurable degrees. Fill in the blanks left by pessimistic, disoriented, skewed, and gloomy perceptions. Keep it brighter, fresher, updated vision with a broader scope to open opportunities. That was a mouthful. We all got that? Basically, you're changing your negative thinking that might be skewed, temporary, or taken out of context, and you're replacing it with actual facts, details, honest descriptions, and verifying it with a fresher outlook. I don't know if I could do all that well. Cognitive reconstruction is a nice method to twist gloomy thoughts into brighter ones. Whenever negative ideas pop up inside your head, negative ideas, and we all have these, that pop up inside our head, don't forget, you got to replace them with stronger and nicer ones instead. Take that old idea based on assumptions and ditch its sad vibe with an upgraded and a newer, fresher statement full of hope and confidence. Replace previous thoughts like not skilled enough with more confident ones like skills always get better through tasks. Or maybe I have a couple other things to learn instead of not skilled enough. This tool will help you stay encouraged and stress-free. It'll also give you that upbeat, practice positive self-talk, which I think this should have been most of the chapter. All right, so I didn't, you know what, we're only on chapter 2. I didn't say I fell in love with this author here and the way he's separating things, but I do like the concept of the positive thinking. So, all right, let's see what he says. I'm all about self-talk. I'm all about positive and practicing self-talk. Talk nicely to yourself makes a happier and boosts your progress. Try telling yourself often what you really like and what you really want. It may look silly initially, but try repeating something cool about your qualities, your dreams, and so forth throughout the day, inside your head or externally if it helps. Soon things will turn bright. Say stuff like this as a habit every day. Yes, I can. Yes, I can do this because I own such power. These tips are going to create charm provided you put in some effort. So start today. I think he could have focused on that a little bit better, but that's all right. Whatever. Seek support and encouragement. Good people are essential for anyone trying to improve themselves, correct? We all need good people, positive mind frames. Pick pals. Pals, you don't even hear that people refer to that often. Pick pals or people who can be like a big brother or sister. You'll see how they'll make you feel awesome and inspire your progress. They are gold because they spur personal growth for each and every one of us. So gather a network of such people and let them aid personal development together. I know guys, we all like to do it on our own. It's not only necessary, it's always good to have friends if you can, or a support group of some sort. Successful beliefs and transformation. People before us had already went through the same struggles we all face nowadays. Examples, guys like Mr. Lightbulb, Thomas Edison, Miss Potter, J.K. Rowling's, who all made it big after a lot of setbacks. Remember, a lot of these guys didn't succeed until they were much, much older, Well, both had plenty of rejections and used to doubt their own potential before winning hearts and minds. But the real secret lay in never giving up, because they knew deep down that they would eventually find solutions despite their initial hardships and uncertainty. That exact skill also drives the later triumphs and public popularity, staying positive and working smart until results appear. Adopt their methods and adopt a similar mindset, and your path will lead toward success every time. Thanks to these role models, we know how to unlock the inner strength of lasting accomplishments. It's true. Look what other people have done before you. Because I do a lot of Bible and, I do a lot of reading of the Bible, including and on here. Did you ever notice nobody accomplished anything until they were in their 80s? So until you're 85, don't worry about it. Nobody accomplished anything in the Bible until they were at least 85. Sorry, guys. Reading a lot today. Cultivating empowering beliefs. Imagine the human brain as a super awesome private park where ideas blossom. I think I would have worded that differently. Whatever. I didn't write the book, so. Beliefs are simply different kinds of plants that grow, either disempowering, like dead flowers, or powerful, like the blooming petals. Thoughts form the fertile soil here. I didn't know where the author was going with that. Sorry. Thoughts form this fertile soil here, watered by feelings and experiences, which can result in beautiful, positive gardens if cared for. Nourish the best type, called empowering beliefs. These sunflowers of thought sprinkled around represent resilient ways of reviewing life, which brings happiness during dark times. Keep building the most helpful views in the park of your mind by focusing on those golden thoughts, positive thinking. Then watch amazing fruits as they ripen. Empowering beliefs boost your mindset, just like reliable buddies make every situation better. Such beneficial self-talk acts, like the driving force behind achieving our best aspirations, because the way we think impacts everything. Thoughts are energy, guys. I mean, think about it that way. So we're energetic beings. We can tap into energy, and positive energy tends to be more reinforcing. With thoughts are energy also. They're part of one of the things that we run on. Okay, so not only is our body energetic, but our thoughts also are. And that our thoughts are so powerful with our energy, and I hope the author gets into this. We can create things with just that thought process, whether it's good or bad. The downfall, the cool part is we can start to visualize and create things with good energy. The downfalls, we can also do it with bad energy and dark energy. We want to make sure we're doing this with very positive, not negative, but very positive energy to benefit us and the world around us. So I really hope he does get into this. Embracing this new perspective enables us to uncover hidden powers within ourselves. By accepting an empowering mindset, we unleash genuine capabilities by overcoming troublesome moments, resulting in fruitful journey towards actualizing wishes. Keep connecting the dots. Whenever doubt arises, chances and success await on the other side of efforts fueled by supporting convictions and attitudes. Okay, so here's some techniques for initially adopting empowerment beliefs. I'll roll my eyes if I don't agree. I think the author has a lot of good stuff going on. Just, I wish, and I hope he gets more into self-talk, the power of self-talk in later chapters. And I don't know how far I'm going to get because I do go back to work in a couple days. So before adjusting mindsets, it does say sets. First, ask what kinds of desired empowering beliefs fit each area of your life. Do you wish to improve? Do you wish to improve family, career, social circles, or creativity? Reflecting on specific examples like knowing you have the skills or courage for desiring pursuits or the certain relationships matter. Get comfy somewhere quiet, then jot down some examples, because I'm sure we all have some. Notice old thoughts that hinder progress and replace them with fresher ones, better suited for success. Change any negative phrases that prevent achievement into encouraging affirmations, ready to push through problems. Don't forget, you've got plenty of capacity for wealthy wins. Own it. To help secure victory before facing difficulties, practice picturing yourself embodying with a fresh faith of poise to overcome rough spots or doubts. Regularly envision yourself acting with confidence because that vision manifests itself. Power of thinking again, guys. The next time struggles appear nearby, gently remind yourself that you've already triumphed because you were prepped, prepared, and you visualized it. Monitoring internal speech and purposefully uttering support statements rather than defensive stuff. If doubt strikes or pressure surface, counteract those discouragements by affirming that you are strong enough, smart enough, and so forth, because those verbal pictures reinforce your initial power. Remember to regularly confirm your worthiness to accomplish whatever appears tough. It helps guide you through roadblocks. Visualization and affirmation exercise. Compose a set of hearting affirmations tailored to personally motivate your needs. Each day, loudly recite these to get more mental clarity concerning potential. Examples are, I believe in myself. I can do anything. I've got talents and nobody can duplicate it. I am worthy. You are enough. You are absolutely enough. It is essential to feel fired up when declaring such convictions and changing attitudes. Shut your eyes and imagine the future. This is a great exercise. Shut your eyes and imagine the future. You're living with newfounded self-confidence and opportunities coming true from embracing these new mindset methods. Imagine the thrill of accompanying these images, like you're almost living this brand new blissful chapter right now, which will happen if you stick to it. This exercise makes the mind link closely to the goal scenario that's already planned. So remember I said thoughts are energy? If you can actually visualize it, I know if I can visualize something, I can do it. Hands down. Like if I drive a vehicle that's like way bigger than a regular vehicle. So at work, I drive this big truck. If I can visualize parking that big truck into a small spot, hasn't failed me yet. If I can see myself doing it before I actually do it, I can do it. No problem. Living through your own eyes is a victorious hero. Practice viewing yourself, exactly what I was just saying. Practice viewing yourself as a successful achiever, battling barriers, slaying objectives via meditation. With each session, focus on concrete steps, actions, and reactions taken to obtain goals while believing in them actually reoccurring and occurring, like an actual champion currently doing such and continuous feats. This repeated process enhances the mind alignment for ultimate ambitions ahead. Okay. Unlocking your potential through empowering beliefs. I know we all have a lot more potential, but are we living up to it? I'll be honest with you, I'm not living up to mine, and I knew that. But I get closer to it every day. Powerful mindsets open wide possibilities. Embrace thoughts that give you more confidence. Those beliefs act like lanterns, showing you routes, leading you towards unthought of probabilities. Stepping into the domain of vast prospects alongside progression and change feels amazing when embracing empowering conversations about oneself. Interesting. Fostering a growth mindset. By absorbing empowered beliefs, once adopted through a growth mindset, and thinking capabilities expand with effort and brain power too. Viewing troubles as paths leading toward improvements instead of impossibilities. Set up a mentality ready for continuous expansion. Failures are seen as foundational bricks toward ultimate achievement because they make us resilient experts, able to conquer bigger tribulations down the road. Adapting this outlook means keeping positive no matter how many times you get smacked down, because of the journey towards a long-term vision is going to be involved in numerous struggles. I'm getting sleepy. You know what it is? My belly's full. And I don't know. I got this through like just under an hour yesterday, and I just don't see that happening today. But let's see. Unlocking untapped potential. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. You can access all sorts of hidden talents and skills you don't know you had. It'll be like a weight has been, see what I mean? My belly's full. It'll be like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders, and you'll be ready to take on whatever challenges come your way. Keep this thought close to your heart. Always remember how amazing you truly are. Whenever doubt creeps up, remind yourself just how capable you truly are. So you're amazing, you're capable. With faith as our guide, we can accomplish anything we set our minds to. So never give up on yourself. For greatness awaits everyone willing to put in some hard work. Slowly but surely, through determination and a little bit of courage, you will eventually get there. And that's something nobody will ever take away from you, ever. Overcoming challenges and achieving goals. If you believe you can do anything that comes your way, then chances are, when trouble arises, it won't seem so difficult anymore. The fact is, strong convictions backing us up will overcome pretty much anything life throws our way. Even when storm clouds gather overhead, remember exactly who you are deep down inside. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. That internal flame inside burning bright in each one of us holds an infinite power, both in achieving success and handling tribulations along the journey. And the next one is example of a transformative impact of empowering beliefs, but I'm not going to read it. I'm going to read some of it. Rather than giving up hope, because he ends up talking about somebody else. It's rather than giving up hope, he stood up and tall and declared that having a 0 limbs would not impede him, show him the entire world. I'm trying to see if it's relevant to the conversation I'm trying to have here. You must never forget that despite your current predicament, you remain utterly capable. You just sometimes need to prove it to yourself. We are all limitless. The message should ring true. Remember to never lose sight of your tremendous capabilities. Embrace the true, wholeheartedly spread your wings and soar beyond boundaries to release your full potential by straightening up your beliefs. First, pinpoint which specific belief can push you toward a desired outcome. Reflect on what mental blocks or mental outlooks, what mental outlooks you should adopt and focus on feeling aligned with those aspirations. Once determined, write down the positive thoughts on paper and repeat them out loud and consistently while imagining yourself already succeeding within that mindset, acting as if you already possess such characteristics. In doing so, gradually allowing them to grow roots before bearing fruit. Affirm and initialize these thoughts regularly until they finally blossom into real-life experiences. Lasting change, consistent patience, celebrate small victories. I don't know if you guys have heard me say that before. Honor achievement markers and significant surpassing limitations. Embrace novel productivity. Welcome openness and broad viewpoints, since every mini milestone confirms progress gained. So applaud each checkoff on those action items that show your path toward realizing a bigger objectives. Yeah, I'm boring myself, if that makes you guys feel any better. Just because I know last night I was actually pretty good. And I actually didn't want to stay on here for like 3 hours. I wanted to be here on an hour. Not that I don't mind spending time on here or at all with anybody. But when nobody's around, I'm all by myself, which I don't mind. I can talk to myself. But this was hopefully supposed to be an exercise that are benefiting others. But you can watch the replay and decide. Gathering supporters nearby. So so we're going to do some quick ones. So have consistency and patience. Celebrate small victories. Develop a support system, which is people you trust, with a solid foundation. Seek professional help if needed. So we all have skills. Sometimes we need to hone in on. Don't be afraid to hire help if you can't ask for it. Trust me, I know it's beneficial. Embrace vulnerability and self-compassion. So make sure you have compassion for yourself. We all make mistakes and we all take steps back sometimes. Emphasize progress and not perfection. Okay, that one I will read because I think that will benefit everybody here. Or anybody listening to this later. Ease up on expecting absolute excellence and rather shoot for consistency, gradual advancements. However tiny each may seem individually, eventually collectively leading to sustainable improvements. When looked up in... Sorry, I heard a noise. when looked at totality. Fix your vision ahead onto a destination when en route, making necessary headway along that designated course called a purposeful progression. Grasping for this reality permits a better managing missteps, knowing they fuel the essential momentum moving closer toward our eventual triumph. Sooner or later, we will realize how the string of imperfectly successful efforts summed upward equals to achieving a perfect balance of an imperfect victory. Tap into your very core, granting yourself permission to author a meaningful evolution. Trust lies in grasping in the capability of redefining personal narration, transforming your circumstances from mere reflection into a vivid detailed descriptions, rather than relentlessly clinging to the past versions built off of former perspectives. Stubbornly unwilling and adapted adjustments. Let go of worn stamps dictated solely by previous limitations. So you got to let that go. All right, so here are some action steps and I'll wrap it up. Reflect on your inner dialogue, noting any detrimental patterns. Identify a specific thought process that hinders growth. Challenge these concepts with careful consideration as to whether they are truly founded. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Oh my God. Change adverse ideas into more constructive ones through conscious and initial changes. Seek encouragement from others who inspire and positively influence you. Use visual techniques such as mental imagery. I'm going to add journaling because he kind of left that out. And journaling to reinforce empowerment attitudes. Interesting. Actually, I think tonight was kind of on the boring side, but it was necessary boring. It's because you have to overcome your beliefs. And some of us have those mindsets that we're not good enough. And we're doing ourselves a lot of damage. So that is it for me tonight. I was going to try and do an hour, but this section, I know it's kind of daunting. Because it kind of like it's the same thing over and over again. I'm going to try and do this maybe again. There's only like 7 chapters of this, but I don't know if I can do this once I go back to work next week. I don't know if I got the time. Excuse me, to do this live. I obviously don't have the energy. I keep getting sleepy, which is another reason I'm happy to wrap this up. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you got something out of this, and if not, I apologize. I don't want to waste anybody's time. I find it kind of interesting and fascinating. It's helped me master my positive thinking. I'm just trying to get you guys to also master it also master it. Okay, God bless you all. I'll be back at 1 p.m. tomorrow for prayer and worship. Okay, bye now. Thank you.